Hey guys, this is Chelsea here from Such a Voice and talking to you about creative stimuli in commercials. So, a lot of times once you start working commercially, you might feel like, okay, my auditions are good, but what is missing from taking them to great? So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how you can use other creative stimuli to help your auditions go that extra mile. One of the top things which clients have realized helps consumers buy their product or show an interest in their product is having an actual emotional connection. So if you think about it, when you're driving in your car and the classic used car sales commercial comes on and you hear that "come in today" and you're like, "Oh my God, please turn that off," right? So you rush to change the channel versus, let's say you're watching the Super Bowl and a commercial comes on and everyone in the room gets really quiet and they stop eating their nachos and it's about this all-American family and people suddenly start tearing up. And it's so fascinating how they're both commercials. One has no impact. It actually has the opposite reaction desired and makes you change the channel or turn off the source of information. And then the other one really creates this kind of tug at your heartstring. And it's not that we're always trying to make people, cry or get emotional, but we want to find that through line. And sometimes, even when you've done your script analysis, which you should always do, you just feel like I'm not quite there, right? And you're looking for that extra way to really connect the copy. So there's a couple of ways that I love and I've pulled from my background as a film and TV and theater actor, which really help me in my reads. So the first thing you can think about is creating really nice imagery for yourself, okay? I'm talking about people, places, things which evoke an emotional response for you, not for your audience, but for you, right? What works to get you in that zone? So put pictures up in your booth. I'm looking around right now, I've got pictures of my husband, of my siblings, fun moments from high school. There's one of us at Denny's after prom. There are all kinds of things that probably resonate with you, that you see that picture come up on Facebook or on your phone and you go, "Oh my gosh, that was so much fun," or "Oh, that was such an embarrassing hairstyle." Whatever it may be, it causes an emotional response with you. So print some of those off, hang them in your booth, use them. Additionally, you can use imagery from things, like actual things. One of my students had this great idea. He was doing this army piece from World War I. It's in the script catalog. And he brought in his dad's old combat boots. And that really helped him connect. And I thought that was actually a really beautiful way to find a personal connection to the script. Number two, music. Music is something we very rarely think about on this side of voiceover production, right? If you're mastering the copy and you're the one who's editing it and you're pairing it with the track and you're syncing it with video, you think about music a lot. But for most voiceover talent, this isn't something that's top of mind. So next time you're feeling creatively blocked, I want you to go and pick out a piece of music. Go on Spotify, go on YouTube, iTunes, whatever you may use, play something and see how that kind of creates this character for you. Maybe you're kind of earthy and you're, chilling at a bar with some friends. Or maybe you play some classical music and that takes you to a more sophisticated and relaxed place. But just play around with how music can also be really useful for creating these different backstories, these different characters in your minds. That can be a really fun way to play with the script instead of getting like, "Oh, I'm not getting it right. How do I get there?" Play, let it breathe a little bit. It's amazing what comes out of that. Number three, clothing. So you can see today I've got on like a blue button down and a baseball cap. So this is what I was kind of feeling today. But let's say I get a script and it wants something that's a little more professional. Maybe I'm doing a corporate narration. I might go put on a blazer. Now you're going to put on something that doesn't make noise, right? Because as we move and we want to move, it's going to make noise. But if I can find a piece of clothing that kind of says, okay, this makes me feel more put together or more sophisticated when I wear it, that might help me out with that corporate upbeat narration, right? Versus if I've got a piece that's a little more grungy and like, hey, just chill, whatever, girl next door, maybe I'm going to put on my denim jacket or a pair of flats instead of a pair of wedges. So think about how your clothes would change. This is something a lot of stage actors swear by. And the first thing they do when they go, okay, I've got this script, I'm going to be this character for the next year or 2 years, they go and find the shoes that character would live in. Because the way that we walk, the way that we connect to the earth physically has a big bearing on how we talk, how we present ourselves, how we interact with other people. So 3 ideas for you to go forth, conquer commercial copy in a way that gets you out of your head, into your body, into your creative side, right? Because we basically, at the end of the day, we want to turn off that judgmental piece of our head that's like technical, technical, technical all the time. Technical is great. It's amazing. It's extremely useful. It helps us be specific, which we need to be bookable. However, we have to then pair that with our creative connection. Put those two together. That is how you create that emotional connection that will not only book you work, but will have you feeling really good, really strong, and really confident about your reads. So if you have other ideas as far as how you creatively connect to commercial copy, share them below. We'd love to hear what you're up to, and we'll talk to you again soon.